Hello, hello. I am here and attempting a new stream. I hope the audio's okay. Let's get started doodling. Let's see here. Okay. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Hope everything's going okay. Oh, that's neat. I guess when you don't have an image set up for a stream, it just defaults to what your banner on YouTube is. Well, alright. Time to get to doodling. Let's see, what do I start off with? How's about a little Doko to start things off? Just have him do the normal round face, the usual cartoony, I guess as Strong Bad would say, small B. Really, that's just showing where the, like, eye part becomes the cheek part. And then you add in the nose. Well, a lot of people do that, but eventually over time it just becomes instinct to put the nose where you think it'll go. Yeah, the thing with digitally doodling is it's not really the same as physically doodling. There's like not the weight to it that a sketch would have like on paper and pencil. You have Doko's goggle ear eyepieces here. And since I always draw him in the same thing, how's about a different outfit this time? I'm not sure what I should put him in. Yeah, with this new computer, since the drawing stuff is so sensitive on this, it actually picks up all the tremors that my hand has. Like, it's one thing I worry about with me as I age, is I know my dad has a lot of tremors and he can barely write now, so I'm not sure if my drawing will get worse as I age, but hopefully it doesn't. Why did it do that? Add tab tool options there. Now just stay like that. Well, let's see here. Actually, go here. Then I have a link set up on DeviantArt. I should probably add the link to the actual video so that it's easier for people to get to. Here's the link. Actual. There we go. Hello, Bauer. How are you doing? I was just updating the link in the stream to send people directly to the video. Going to try and see what music I have to... Oh, whoa, whoa. That's a bit loud. Yeah, no. Okay. I will need you to let me know if you can hear me, because I can barely hear me over this music. But since you're the only one here thus far, Bauer, I'm doodling Doko right now. Which, let's see, there we go. Yeah, there he is. But again, I apologize if the music is too loud, don't want to be too drowned out by it. Just don't want everyone sitting in silence or anything. Well, as long as you can hear me fine. You seem to be the only one here so far. So, is anything happening today with you? Over here, I'm just... Well, I was gonna work on the comic today, but I spent all day yesterday animating the Invader Zim thing, so that was very exhausting. I just didn't feel up to doing the comic right now. Grandma's rushing around, taking care of things on the phone, some sort. Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of outfit I'm putting Doko in, but it's not his usual one. Well, I hope you had a good outing out there. I went out for like a 5-6 mile walk the other day that completely crippled my legs the morning after. But I've recovered a bit. That's too long of a body. I always love Jack and Daxter atmospheric tracks. Well, the line on Doko's outfit here is it's something that makes it feel kind of more futuristic-y. Just having these irregular rectangle-like shapes at parts. Nice little future fashion. Oh, well, that sounds like a nice old time you had. Guess I'll put some of Doko's hair sticking out of the hat here so you can tell it's him better. Well, with how big his head is, that hat should be bigger. Yeah, one thing I have come to usually put into my design is that the hair, usually has to be bigger than I tend to want to make it look like it actually fit on the character's head because of how the proportions are. Well, for my walk, I actually walked all the way down to, like, grandma out here, where I'm staying at right now, she lives some miles away from where me and my family first lived when we moved to Ohio decades ago. And my walk, they made this trail the other year before I came back to Ohio that like cuts through everything. So my walk took me like down to the plaza where like the bookstore I go to sometimes is, and then I took the trail there over past the grocery store that I go to get stuff at, and that we used to go to when we lived here. And that leads directly to my old neighborhood, it turns out, but I kept going, and that goes to the park that's nearby, and got to see the trails down below that me and Mom and my brother used to walk on. Hello, Masasa Poop, how are you doing? I hope you are well rested and not too weary or anything. We're just chatting about how our day has been going, and doodling Doko here. Also, I hope the music isn't too loud for you either. And Daniel says that it's fine, but I'm not sure how it is for everybody. As long as you guys can hear me. Yeah, don't want to make... I always have to, like, watch how tall I make Doko. Because I don't want to make him as tall as, like, Emperor Illuminator or anything. That, like, will make it so that the villains don't feel as imposing and stuff. At least not this early on in the series. But I always gotta have the Doko's outfit being implied to be underneath all his clothes that he wears. Because his outfit is like sort of a second skin type of thing. It's something he always has to have. Like, he can take it off, but it's not a normal clothing item. It'll, if it gets cut, it will heal over time and stuff like that. Well, it is nice having all the trails and stuff connect around here. Makes it easier to get places when you're walking and all that. Oh well, at least you get to stay home for the next day. Yeah, for me, I get to stay home, but I'm always working on something, so that kinda cancels that out. I'm awake, I'm working. Boom, boom, bam, bam. Alright, let's see. I'm just checking something. Kinda cancels that out. I'm awake, I'm working. Yeah, there's me. Oh, well, you have a bit of a lenient schedule for your work schedule, it feels like. Now there's someone responding to my doodles I did the other day that had the Velma piece on it. Alright, back to Doko. Much more pleasant subject than that. Yeah. The eyes don't feel big enough, but whatever. This is just some scribbles I'm doing, so hard details don't matter as much as normal with these. Oh, and of course, if any of you have suggestions for what to draw, feel free to throw those out. Well, I will always be happy with less days of work. Like, work that I do not want to do, which is pretty much anything besides creating. Yeah, there we go. Better eyes there. Just needed to zoom in a bit. Fix it up in editing. There we go. Looks more like Doko now. And of course, if there are suggestions, no YouTube inappropriate ideas, as that does not go well with the site that we are on, so... Although, if you want, like, Velma getting beat up or whatever, there's obviously, I'm okay with doing some violence here and there. It's a fun, action-y good time. Let's see. Doko. The hero of the comics. Yeah, put some knee pad square things on the pants. Yeah, I guess that's the outfit we'll have him in. Sometimes I draw Doko more limber-like, but other times when it's like more action-focused, he can get a bit muscly at times. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good Doko there. Maybe shrink him a bit. What? Here we go. And yeah. Hey, what? Okay, yeah. Make him that small. There we go. Fits on the page better, allows for more things to be drawn. Well, I have never seen Inside Job, but I can look up what the character looks like. Reagan Ridley Scott. Alright, guess I will draw this then. Oh, music skipping. What's going on? Yellow? Why'd the music die? Oh. Well, okay, I guess we lost that. Let's see about getting some other tracks here. Alright, is there any... Yeah. Okay. Alright, can you guys hear any of the music at all? Whether you can or can't, I'm gonna get started on the next one. And follow-up question, is the music too loud? This is the Crashed Frigate from Metroid Prime. The music, not the thing I'm drawing. Yeah, I do know Inside Job was one of the cartoons that is infamously met the fate of all others these days, which is getting cancelled. But you kind of expect this after enough decades of watching stuff. Well, the idiocy of the corporations. It's the doom of all entertainment. Okay. Scragglier hair over here. Might have to move the face down to make room for the hair up above. I just realized I'm listening to music from a series that has a Ridley in it, and I'm drawing a character that is called Ridley. Although I doubt this one can breathe plasma. Yeah, I always imagined Ridley from Metroid, like, he can talk, but I always imagined his talking was more like just grunts and roars that the, like, intergalactic community can understand as its own language. Because Samus can understand him, but it's kinda hard to me to picture Ridley, like, speaking English and stuff with how he is. Or I guess Japanese, depending on if you go by, like, the original where the games were first released. There's some crazy hair poking out there. And I guess little crazy lines under the eyes. Although I can't really do it over there, so as the cheek is raised up too much. So I'll just do one crazy eye, one confident eye on the other side. The eyebrows are kind of like just triangles. Very basic shapes to the characters. But basic makes it more easy to animate. That's one thing that, unless you have like a really dedicated studio for the animating, which America usually does not these days, you're not going to get like really detailed characters that are animated that well. Oh, hello there, Shadow. How are you doing? We've already doodled a Doko over here, and now, per Daniel's request, we are doing Reagan Ridley from Inside Job. Which, as I've said, I have not watched, but I have seen the character around, so here they are. And, oh yeah, from what I've seen, Inside Job looks like a fun show. I just haven't... I don't really have... Well, I was gonna say, like, channels, but I guess people don't really do that now for TV, so whatever the equivalent of that is in modern times, like, I guess streaming services or something. But I've seen clips on YouTube, and it looks like a fun conspiracy parody type show. Yeah, I don't know if that hair is going alright. Yeah, there's been cancellations all over. But after enough decades around, you kinda get used to this kind of treatment for the Western animation industry. It's sad, but it's how things usually go after enough decades. Usually it goes in a cycle, like, you'll have a decade or two, of, like, creative freedom and stuff, and creators making what they want to make, and then as corporations take more hold, it becomes more dampened and more restricted, and eventually that nearly kills the industry. And eventually the people that actually make stuff, the creators, get fed up with it and break out of that and are able to make what they want to make more again, because that's what actually sells. And then there's another decade or so of that enjoyment, which then inevitably falls back into the corporate meddling, and it repeats and repeats and repeats, and then we all die from the extinction of the planet. It's sad, but yeah, it's how it is. But creators that really want to create will always create what they want to, no matter what. They'll always find a way. Bleh, bleh, bleh. That is long. Let's see. Okay. Oh. Japanese American, like Solid Snake. Where's the shrinking tool? Here it is. Yeah, just wanna make it a bit smaller so that it's like... There we go. Doesn't take up the whole page there. Yeah, Netflix is just a company like any of the others. All they look at, really, well, obviously there are individuals that do care in the companies, but at the end of the day, they are companies. And all a company exists for is to make money. There'll be times where certain individuals in the company will influence it enough that things are treated well, but eventually, companies will be companies and will prioritize what they think will make money over anything else. Be it human rights, be it enjoyment or entertainment. All that matters is that they are making money. That is what companies are designed for. Which is a very bleak way to look at it, but it is how that is set up. But you just gotta make what you can. And I realize that, the character's hair is not usually like this, but I think that they have had it down like that before, so I'm going to leave it like this. Alright, I think that's decent enough. I guess her ear is kind of like Anne, where it has no earlobe, more like internal workings to the ear. Which I guess is like Steven also, like Steven Universe, they don't have insides of their ears. Any other things to doodle? I will eventually think of something to make. Let's see. Well, I guess I could do sake. I'm going to... Is there a way to mess with the, Let's see here. Untitled. Untitled... Trying to see if there's things to affect the pressure sensitivity of the brush. Oh wait, I just need to... Yeah, there we go. Lower it down more. Yeah, Samurai Jack was kind of a special case. That's something people were wanting for over a decade, so... I'm pretty sure that played a part in getting that comeback. I just remember when Season 5 of Samurai Jack was airing, and, like, people were talking about how Ashi was going to be like a daughter to Jack, and I was just thinking, like, you guys do know that Gendy made Samurai Jack with the idea of him and a girlfriend of his a long time ago going across an apocalypse world, right? Obviously Ashi's going to be his girlfriend. That was... It was fun while Jack was going. There was so much speculation going on as to what would happen in that final season while it was airing. But, oh. Right now I'm doodling the apparently fattest cat, which there is some competition there, but I'll do what I can. Yeah. Whenever I hear the term fat cat, I always think of Garfield, but he's not really fat. Like, not ginormous or anything, he's just really lazy. Instinctively, I should probably think of Fat Cat from Chip and Dale, because that is his name, but I never do. Man, give him some completely useless back legs. Hmm. There we go. Yeah, well, I'm sorry that your cat is confused, Masasa Poop. I hope that they are going to get over the confusion. And just let them know I'm not drawing them, and that should make them feel better. Well, this is a very stern looking fat cat, but I think it's adequately fattened up. And maybe give it some few hairs coming. And let's see here. I'd forgotten about Tuca and Birdie. Well, maybe that will motivate your cat to be more active in life and maybe get a job of their own to help you pay for stuff. The fat cat. And let's see. Abadopo. Baby from Dragon Ball. Yeah, Baby always came off to me as sort of like Majin Buu's design, but with more stuff on it and cooler, kind of. Like, not cooler, but more sci-fi-y. I never cared for when Baby became Vegeta, because that was just like, oh, here's evil Vegeta again. And I'm not sure. Well, I guess Starscream is. You can always tell it's Starscream no matter what version it is. Well, I guess except for Prime, if you're like looking for the classic design. But that was one of the things I didn't care for in Prime was like some of those designs were not nearly enough like the characters to me. Yeah, villains a lot of times tend to be pretty unstable when their plans fall apart. Like, if they're not cowards, they just go all out into craziness once their stuff isn't going how they want it to. Oh, I guess I will have someone else doing some doodles while I work also then. Yeah, for my version of Starscream, he'd have the coward tendencies, but he'd also legitimately think that he is a better leader, which is like his main motive for my stuff. Probably put the rim of his helmet too low here. Yeah, he'd sort of get towards being an Armada type Starscream and how he thinks by the end of it. He'd end up getting killed by Galvatron, but that would reveal the Unicron stuff being an actual threat and motivate the joining of the Autobots and Decepticons. Also, I do hope the music is okay and nice and peaceful. Metroid Prime is always pretty relaxing music to me. And I sometimes give the Autobots and Decepticons pupils in their eyes. It just helps to gauge where they're looking at, actually. Yeah, with how many things get cancelled these days, it's hard to keep track of what's cancelled for what and why things end up the way they are. I know everyone's going on about the Velma thing right now, but even that is hard to get, like, straight information out of at times. Bow, 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 bow. And a little the Seeker helmet type thing here. They always have like these vents inside their block areas on the helmets of the Seekers. Or at least on the more Starscream-esque Seekers. Yeah, I'm going to... let's see. Where's the selecting... pre-select? Here we go. Well, Adult Swim certainly cares more than other... I'd say channels, but I guess, other groups these days. Do I want him facing that way? Where's the flipping thing? Edit. Select. Invert. Invert. Is that it? Apparently that's not it. I'll just leave Starscream facing that. I don't know why I'm fussing with that. Well, for Moral Oral, it kinda just sucks because they had another season planned out. And it's like the usual reboot Transformers animated situation of them not getting to finish the thing. Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes not having its final seasons. Even though it was clearly going to continue. Okay, we're going to break Starscream's helmet up here. We want him all surprised, so gotta delve into the cartoony aspect a bit, have the eyes pop up over the object they should not be able to. Yeah, I'm not liking that mouth too much. Gotta make it bigger. There we go. That is a face of fear. Yeah, when in doubt, just make the mouth bigger when it's trying to do a scream or a cry of alarm or something. And then I always thought Baby's first, like when he first breaks out of his chamber, was easily his scariest form. Like where he's all bug-eyed and stuff. Once he gets to Earth, he just becomes a standard Dragon Ball-esque villain. Well, if Netflix doesn't want to leave shows unfinished, they shouldn't leave shows unfinished. That is their choice to make. Only got themselves to blame with that. Bad. Yeah, have them all liquidy here. I guess this would be like his teen form or something. Yeah, the best aspect about Baby, aside from his initial creepiness, is how he was like a continuation of elements from previous in the series. Like from the guys that came before the Saiyans on the Saiyan planet. Yeah, there's so much stuff in Dragon Ball that they could make more interesting, just devolves into standard punch the bad guy type stuff. Have his arms outstretched a bit there. Yeah, I'd like to imagine that Baby would probably be able to take over Cybertronians. They got so many gaps in their bodies and stuff. And he is like a metal cyborg being, so his infection would probably work. Although normally it's Starscream taking over other people. Waspinator, that one girl and Kiss players and stuff. Everyone remembers Kiss players, the absolute best franchise of Transformers. You know, when it comes to Starscream, the toys for him, well, I guess for most Transformers, the way to go is like third party, because Hasbro almost never makes as good of figures as third party bootleg ones do. That, well, the bootleg ones that put in the effort. I know the Studio Cell is easily the best Unicron toy there has ever been. Yeah, I don't want to think about KISS players, but it is there. And it does provide the Aut Troopers, I think they're called, or Auto Troopers or something, which are, like, I forget, I think they're part of an Earth Defense Force thing in my stuff. The KISS players themselves aren't, but the, like, government Transformers from it are. Yeah. I'm Starscream. Who are you? Well, I afforded Studio Cell, but it did cost quite a bit. And it's a very, very heavy figure with all the metal inside of it. Well, I'd say out of the ones you've watched, the Michael Bay ones are probably the least impressive value. Do love Animated and Beast Wars. Those are arguably the best series of the franchise to me. Yeah. Oh, the music's gone. I just realized that. Yeah, I got the idea to do music in the background of the streams from Skull Kid 3 years and years and years ago. He used to do the Twitch streams where he'd let's play and people would watch. Yeah, I don't think those videos are up anymore though. Yeah, Commander Starscream. I think that's alright. Maybe mess with the helmet a bit more. Yeah, with Generation 1 of Transformers, it was always like a really, really... Well, it was from the 80s, and all the 80s cartoons are pretty much garbage to me. They were like worse than anything that came before and anything that came after art. But the Transformers show was still pretty fun, despite how garbage it was as a cartoon. But it was like, once you saw Beast Wars, it was so cool once like they revealed that Beast Wars is actually a like real sequel to the original show. Which it's cool either way, but having that made things a lot more interesting plot-wise. Mainframe was always one of the best show creators ever, so that was just kinda natural that they do that. Yeah. Oh yeah, there was the Rooster Teeth animated stuff. Never saw that. I heard people talk about it though. Had mixed reviews. Some people liked it, some people didn't. I never care for like when they make Optimus Primal like in the same time period as Optimus Prime, because that like completely ruins what the character was, pretty much to me. Like he's a descendant of Optimus Prime. Having them together in the same time period is just really, really weird to me. Okay, there's Starscream. Alright. Doko, Reagan, Fat Cat, Starscream, baby. Let's see, what else do I want to do here? Maybe. Let's. Well, what I'm gonna do is start up some more music to see what we got to work with here. Okay, Water Ruin, Celtic Music, Zanzibar Land, Super Voyager. Lost in Nightmares, Down Lemon. Musashi. This is just waves, like on the beach. Okay, don't know if I want that or not. Maybe this? Oh, that's warbly. Yeah, I guess we can play this track for a tiny bit. Let's see, is the music coming through? I'm going to assume the music's working. Now to... What a doodle now. Well, we've been going for about an hour now, it looks like. How's about, put that on a different layer. Oh yeah, I watched through both Prime and Robots in Disguise. I actually found Robots in Disguise to be a lot more fun than other people did. Like, it obviously is not as serious as Prime, but Energon will forever be the, like, worst sequel to me. Yeah, hold on. Okay. Sorry, the phone was ringing in the other room. It's just spam, though, so no one cares. Well, I can probably do Raz. Yeah, at first I thought you were typing Rez from Gex. Rez. Echo. Yeah, a lot of people try to forget Energon and Cybertron to a lesser extent. Armada's really the only great show from the Unicron trilogy in my eyes. Yeah. There we go. What lays it? Oh. Okay, there we go. Grab it. Drag it. Yeah, after Armada, you don't really want to pay attention to what happens with Starscream, because it pretty much undoes everything that he was about in Armada. Yeah, I'm not sure which property of Transformers displays the war aspect the best. Probably the 4 Cybertron games that were part of the Prime universe. War for Cybertron, all that type of stuff. If we're going by shows, though, Armada's usually the one I think of when it's dealing with the war aspect of it. Yeah, I'm drawing the character that is going to be the main threat in the next saga of Doko's comics. She's been the behind-the-scenes threat for a while, but hasn't really actively fought against Doko or anything yet. But with how much Doko's getting in the way of things that she's involved in, she's not going to sit by on the sidelines for too much longer. Okay. She has her left eye missing because Lori, how I remember it usually is Lori has one eye missing on one side and she has one eye missing on the other. The Wizard, or Sake Manalical as her actual name is. One of the only characters that exists in our time period and Doko's time period. And, okay. Just gonna check some things. Get that off. YouTube. There. I'm just checking up on how the connections are. Okay, everything seems to be working there. Alright. Well, fan fiction is always a great thing to take a stab at when you're wanting to do something. I did, like, I think 2 Transformer stories, and they're probably complete garbage, but they were like years and years ago. One of them was hundreds of pages long, which was an animated one because I was trying to come up with an ending to animated without knowing that animated already had one planned out when it was cancelled. But I gave my stab at it, and now, obviously, I've done all those ideas for my own universe of Transformers that you see on DeviantArt. But yeah, doodling Raz here now, the Psychonauts guy, as per suggestion. Yeah, never did play Psychonauts, but it always looked interesting. Just have him telekinetically well, your best boy is gonna have a best girl in the picture also. Yeah, there's some video games that are making comebacks these days. One that didn't really, like, it came back, but it didn't really do anything. So, like, no one really made any fuss I can remember about it, was like Battletoads. Like, it was there, but no one, like, said anything. Yeah, throw a little Anne Boone Choi into the mix. Although she has her ears sticking out. So let's scribble that in. Gotta have the stick. If Anne ever goes back to Amphibia, she better get leaves in her hair again. That is her look there. And then no one cares about the games after Destroy All Humans 2, so they're probably not getting remakes. Although I'm not sure if they'd even really need ones, since they probably look fine. Yeah, I think my favorite joke with Anne's hair is when Wally is riding her and takes out, like, the crochet ball for that sport he and his dad are doing. She's like, how long has that been there? And he's like, oh, a season at least. That was one of the best jokes of the show. Yeah, some game series just lose their luster after going on for enough time. Do really bizarre ideas. Dino Crisis going to space for the third game. Yeah, that tends to be how it goes as the series goes on. They get handed off to other studios and stuff. And usually, more often than not, it leads to ruination. But those companies want to make their money, so they want to get them out as often as possible and ruin the franchise until no one wants to buy it anymore. Yeah, Psychonauts always made me think kind of Abe's Odyssey when it came to the atmosphere it gave off. The somewhat disturbed dystopian feel to things. Honestly surprised Resident Evil hasn't gone to space before. That series actually had ideas that might make one think it'd go to space if you like look into the concepts of things. But they haven't gone there yet in that series. You have Raz looking off in the other direction as he casually floats things about. Maybe... Okay. Well, you've probably seen my idea for how they get back to Amphibia Valor. Like, that little doodle I did when the show open portals on each end and make a big portal to get people through between the worlds. As they were making those portals without the stones, so obviously they can get people to other worlds. They just need to work at it a bit more to get it running properly. And I guess, have them tossing around a Metabot's Metabee head also. Because why not? Yeah, I found that a lot of times I seem to be able to guess things that will happen in a show's story. And I'm not sure if that's because I pay attention more, or if I've just been around long enough that I understand, like, what the ideas the creators have for how things will go are. Alright. and here's a little Raz, flinging little things around. Why doesn't this... I hate how it does that. This thing keeps defaulting back to an option I don't want it to when I get the select thing going. Scale. There we go. There's Raz. Yeah, there we go. Now back to Sake. The most evil person in my comics. I'm going to switch the music because I'm getting sick of this track. Let's see, what do we want to do? Well, for Amphibia, I know that the creator said they'd like to make a story about, like, Polly when she's gotten older and stuff, as a sequel, kind of. I'm going to switch the music, because I'm getting sick of this track. Okay. There we go. And again, I hope the music is alright, is not too loud, you can hear me, and all that stuff. Now, I don't know if anyone else is having it, but apparently there is a winter storm coming through. I haven't really seen much in the way of storm activity, but apparently it is happening. Yeah, there's Sake's robot eye. I'm trying to remember, does she have her eye? How does she lose it again? Oh, right. She loses it in the time period between ours and the comics. That's when no. Not Enzymos, Telemer. When he and her meet again. That's like, I think, the 2100s. I got so many intricacies to the history of my stuff. Yeah, we are currently listening to Mystical Ninja music, which just ended, so that was very short-lived. Okay, let's get a different track then. What is this? Oh, this is one of the old Skull Kid tracks, okay. There we go. Well, I hope you all are enjoying the time here and all the chit-chats about the multiverse, Amphibia, Transformers, and all that. Well, I hope you have a good day, Shadow. Enjoy your time at work and become a millionaire. I will be attempting to carve my own financial path in the meantime. And taking care of whatever Grandma has in store. Oh, heard something out there. Sure. Evil sake. Anytime, Shadow. I am here to support and entertain. And if any of you do make it big, all I ask is a possible donation of a Sega CD. Well, I do hope your tablet survives, Masasa Poop. That is kind of how you do create your stuff, so... And I'm sure it's cat durable. I have no idea what this music is, I just clicked it from the music selection I have. And I just know that it's what Skull Kid would sometimes play in his streams. It's nice and jazzy, though. Some shadow to Sake here. Well, has anybody played any good video games lately? Obviously, I am not all that up to date on the gaming scene, but I was playing Caro Blaster the other day, which is one of my favorites. It's made by the guy that made Cave Story. So fun, such nice 8-bit things he makes. I don't normally go for the 8-bit stuff because it usually looks too bad to me, but there's such an addictiveness to his titles that it's always... And he does such nice art. Oh, is your evil race some bugs or something, Masasa Poop? Oh. I don't know why I'm giving such detail to the sake doodle. Oh, well, parasites are always an interesting one to go with. Is that one you've shown me before? It sounds familiar. Of course this ended up messing up. Why did it do that? Reopen that. Okay, there we go. Bah, bah, bah. Yeah, yesterday was all just working on that Zim animation. Animation just takes forever to do. Redrawing the characters constantly. Alright, let's put that down a bit. You seem to have a bit of trouble with the corruption on your computer, Daniel. Well, you do doodle a lot of ladies, Misasa. I guess go over all the lines again to make them darker. Shapes is always a plus. I know you always seem to like the stuff I doodle. All the spheres and roundness to things. Sake here has a bit of curviness to her. Although she is a lot more violent and destructive than her figure usually implies for a character. Rips people apart, tears arms off. Well, just remember to save backups to your stuff often, Daniel. It is always a travesty to lose everything. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Well, I at least know that you don't really want to have to do a comic page today. It's, like, I'll do it in a bit, but not at the moment. I was just so worn out from last night. Okay, this music has been going on for a while. Let's see about this. Oh, this is the creepypasta music that everyone uses. Okay, I guess we'll go with this. This is always a nice track to me. Like, it's associated with creepypastas, but it is legitimately nice to listen to me, usually. I had it as part of the playlists of songs I was listening to when I was moving back to Ohio. It was like, I think, a 6 to 8 hour drive, and I just got like this playlist of 4 hours worth of songs I have to listen to. Just did that twice. Any other ideas for what to doodle here? Guess I'll do a parasite bug type person. Yeah, one thing with streaming is it wears me out quite a lot afterwards. Like, I don't realize it while I'm doing it, but after streaming, I usually don't do much the rest of the day because I've been so drained from doing it. Well, well. I guess I'll have plenty to look at on Discord then. Obviously, I'll get to that after the stream, but... yeah, I guess a person turning bug-like here. Usually when I think of doing the transformations and stuff, if it like stretches out the head, it'll like pull the eyes along with it so they end up pointing in different directions as the transformation's happening. Not a species that's really been explored much yet. They've made, like, I think one appearance. Well, I guess technically anytime Sake is on screen they've made an appearance, but that's not stuff that's been revealed or anything yet. But parasites are basically creatures that whatever they eat, they can turn into. So, like, people that have been eaten by them before, they can use those as disguises for, like, going around society and stuff. Oh well, you really are becoming quite the cat lady, Misasa. Yeah, there's a shelter for cats and dogs that an old friend of mine works at around here. I obviously had Sparky for like over a decade. Yeah, this is just a creepy, creepy bug monster. I'll have their, like, front ripped open, and, like, intestines and organs hanging out and stuff like that is a problem drawing much of anything. So it doesn't apply to me as much as others, but obviously in Resident Evil they use that as the excuse to not show that stuff. Although, with those zombies, that's because the story is that they're like test subjects, which is why they're naked and have things stitched up and stuff. But obviously it's just because they don't want to show that, the genitalia in that rated, like, T rating thing. Or M, I guess. Which is just kind of dumb to me, because that should let you show anything. But I know how people are with censorship these days and stuff. Oh, you are very easy to get, just so long as they aren't killing each other. Maybe raise the socket a bit and have the eye popping out slightly there. Where did I see that? Was it Loud House? And I saw something recently. Oh no, it was that Velma thing where the mom's eye kept falling out every flashback. That was such a unfun show to me. I'm sure the Loud House has done something with it. Obviously, that'd be for a more cartoony effect. Have the nostril there. Maybe some veins for the eyes. Yeah, I guess. Give him a K-Rool one-eye vein thing. Now let's go through and see about which ones I should detail more. Maybe some for Doko. Don't. God damn it. Do that. Ain't Gimp's tool thing. Always wants to pop off and follow you, try to adjust it. Yeah, just add some shadows here. What? No. Oh, I picked the what's it called? The water drop thing. The color picker thing. Yeah, usually most series that deal with zombies end up doing an evolutionary line, because if you stick with just zombies, it becomes pretty boring after a while. For Resident Evil, it was never really a zombie thing, but they were like the base things in the T-virus infection, so they were usually there in the games. And they were never what Umbrella was trying to create with the T-virus. Resident Evil. Yeah, I'd always like whenever you'd play the games and they'd do that little intro when you click start. I think for Code Veronica they got Wesker to be the one saying it, or Code Veronica X, because in the normal original Code Veronica they kept it a secret that Wesker was in the game until he showed up. Well, I appreciate the sentiment, Daniel, but you know, you never can tell how bad something is till you see it yourself, and I had something I was working on and just needed something to play in the background, so I figured, well, this thing is out, and what is it all about? Why is everyone fussing about it? And then I watched Velma, and it was like, oh, this is the worst goddamn thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay. Yeah, nah, not Going to be an avid watcher of that one. Alright, let's get to Reagan. Oh, I guess we lost the creepypasta music. Thought I had that on repeat. Well, I can't really do anything at the moment for the music, since the stylus is on the pad. If I lift that up, it's just going to mess up the opacity of the shading I'm doing. We had one disconnect so far, but it repaired itself before the video had time to end, so we're still okay here. There we go. Okay. No. Smudge it. There. Alright. Maybe color the tie a bit. And the shirt had some coloring of some sort to it. I think it was blue. Oh, whatever. I'll just do the tie darker so that it differentiates from the shirt. Oh well, I am always free to torture for you, Masasa. You have me right there on Discord anytime you want to send stuff. Although we usually have a nice old time. I don't want to color it like that. What am I doing? But like this. Oh. Wrap around the hair. Alright, now, music. Music. Here we go. Nice little piano tune. Oh yeah, we talk quite a bit on Discord these days. Although I've known you for quite some time by this point. I'm trying to think. Ballier, I've known you for a few years now. But I think out of everyone, Masasa here is the one that is, like, watched my comics the longest. Like, you've been there from, like, the very beginning. Maybe before I started the comics. Well, I can't imagine what shows could be worse than Velma. I had, like, Teen Titans Go in High Guardian Spice as my low bar, but now with that show, it's like, I'll watch those, at least some of those, over that. Have her a bit insane looking. Oh, I know, darken under the eyes a bit. Yeah, this music this was from somebody. There was music to a Studio Ghibli thing of them painting one of the backgrounds for Spirited Away. And I have that music, but the person that made that music also made this track, which I also like. So I have that also here at my disposal. Yeah, you've been around for a while, Misasa. And you were there for, like, my really old stuff, and, like, Jake and Amy and all that stuff. The Freaks and King's Shadow and all. I never really saw Thundercats Roar. I saw some clips, but Thundercats in general was never great to me. So I never really was inclined to check it out to begin with. But the art was obviously absolutely different. I do have interviews from some of the people that worked on Thundercats Go, though. And I know that they had a great time working on the show, if nothing else. Yeah, it's been well over a decade that I've known you by this point, Masasa. And getting into that older age range. Kids these days don't know how it was to hold a Genesis controller. Back in my day, we had to use unregistered hypercam to do Let's Plays. Streaming. Let's shade in Starscream here. And if you do hear me responding to you guys, and it like being a lot later than you think the response would be getting to you, I guess look at the timeline in your video and adjust it to go to the present time, because you may be lagging a bit. It's just something I've found from when I've had streams and been in streams before. Oh, I remember when Minecraft first came out. I remember the first Let's Play of Minecraft. That was X who did those. And he was like the first one to dig all the way down and make a little like looking glass above to see the distance and stuff. Actually got lost because he ended up dying episodes after he went to like the island that he went to. And one of his viewers actually, when he initially went there, and drew out a map for him to get back, because he just thought he was going to have to abandon everything. But he got back. It was like watching the caveman days of Minecraft. It was always kind of really fun seeing them overcome the challenges that are not there now. Oh, well, I probably would not care at all for Thundercats Go, then, if it's done by the Teen Titans Go guys. I really do not like what they did to Teen Titans. Then again, I don't really care about Thundercats that much, so kind of evens itself out there. And As innovation marches on, you get checkpoints and everything in games, but it does make it more convenient for the modern players. I will always love Team Canada, though, the Minecraft guys. Etho, Pause on Pause, Vintage Beef, they are some of the best Let's Players of all time to me when they work together. Oh, well, I guess you would know more about Thundercats than I would, Masasa. I have not seen the show. I'm just going by what Daniel has said about it being the Teen Titans Go guys, and I did not care for Teen Titans Go. Has some jokes here and there that are funny, but by and large, I just want to watch the original Teen Titans again when I see that stuff. It'll forever be a crime to me that they never got to make the final season of Teen Titans. Like, the Rankin Boss guy did Thundercats? That is a bit bizarre. Oh, I know, when we've had discussions before, Masasa, I have explained things to you again that I know I've told you before, so I'm sure that you have a plethora of things that you can watch over again and get the most out of. I'm sure Reboot is not fresh in your mind, or Code Lyoko, or anything like that. Of which I have all the episodes. Thundercats Ho is a slow-to-start show. Like, does it have a plot or something? I always thought it was supposed to be some wacky comedy thing. Well, I'm sure you remember some of Doko's stuff at least. I know you know Mech Mech at this point. What am I doing? Don't do it over that. Just trying to add color here. Giving Baby a bit of... just a bit of stuff. Oh well, that's too bad. Well, I'm sure Mindy Kaling is not a true fan of Scooby-Doo, but she's doing the Velma thing, so... that definitely happens in the industry. Ow, ow, ow. Got a ringing in my ear just now. And I've forgotten what the colors were for Baby here, so... I think it's red. It's yellow on the outside, maybe red on the inside. I'm not gonna bother to look at the picture of him. Just go with whatever. And Starscream here